Nation, I wanted to make a quick video for you. By the way, you need to join the daily Guru Nation quarantine because this is where these ideas fester. This is where these ideas incubate. Okay, the link is in the video description. Every day at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern, me and a bunch of researchers, Monday through Fridays, just talk clinical research for about an hour, sometimes hour and a half, sometimes it goes a little longer. And we network, we fester these ideas. It's site owners, it's CRAs, it's coordinators, it's people from vendors, it's lawyers. I mean, all kinds. You can watch. We've done 11 episodes as of today, which is April 20th. So just join us. One of the topics that we came across today was the fact that it's never been a better time to be a research naive physician that wants to do research than it is right now. And there's a couple reasons for that. Let me just break it down so you don't have to watch that entire 1 hour meetup just to get this little 5 minutes of value for that particular topic. So right now, the industry is in startup mode. Again, it's April 20th, 2020 right now. The industry is in startup mode because of the lockdowns with coronavirus and all that stuff. The industry is in startup mode, meaning sponsors are looking for sites right now. They're sending out feasibilities in record numbers. We are getting at least a couple of feasibility surveys per day for our sites and our site network. We have a Iona site network. We help sites get studies. That's number one. Number two, all the studies that are on hold right now, okay, are gonna get started again in the summertime, we think. Again, we could be wrong, but it looks like summertime is gonna be when the industry starts picking back up again, which is like 3 months from now, maybe even less, maybe 2 months from now. Okay, all the patients from the existing physicians, so from the non-research naive physicians, have been exhausted already. Okay, and by the way, this has been a trend happening long before coronavirus. It's just simple supply and demand. If you have more studies, which 2019 was a record year for number of studies in the United States, 2020 was on pace to do that. It could still very well do that. Okay, we were having issues enrolling in these studies even before coronavirus with the existing pool of physicians doing research. There are a small percentage of sites that have been forced to go out of business during coronavirus because they weren't prepared, they didn't have enough cash on hand, they just had to shut down. So all of this is adding pressure on the demand for patients, increased study supply, and it's going to skyrocket. These new studies starting June, July, August are going to be in addition to the studies that were on pause, and all the studies they're still planning for quarter 3 and quarter 4 of 2020. So that's putting upward pressure on demand. Okay, that's increasing. The lack of patients. Okay, a lot of patients are not going to want to come to the clinics right away. This is going to slow patient recruitment down even further. The only way to increase patient recruitment is to add new physicians who actually treat patients in their private practice to do research. So these things are all adding pressure on the demand from sponsors to get more patients into studies, and the increasing study supply is one of them. The sites that went out of business, the amount of patients that don't want to come in, and the fact that we've always been behind on the amount of patients that we need to do studies. All of this is like a perfect storm for you if you're a brand new research investigator or a potential research investigator, if you're research naive, to get into clinical research. Really, the hardest thing is to get your first study. Me and Chris can help with our consulting company, but you can just go on clinicaltrials.gov. There's no shortage of studies right now. There's no shortage of feasibility questionnaires being sent out. Of course, if you need help, let us know. But if you are thinking, if you're an investigator or you know a physician thinking about becoming an investigator, but they're just a little bit unsure of how to go about it because they're research naive, sponsors are more willing to work with you now than they ever have, as far as I know, in the history of clinical research. So hopefully this helps. Talk to you soon. Good luck.